Thank goodness the violins had been swapped. That means that the real one is still safe. That's the one good thing about all of this.
The violin was switched out. Find out who the culprit is. First things first, we should go tell Karina and Cricketune about the swap violin. Alright, let's give them a little info. Let's see what they have to tell us, ladies and gents. She says, where's the real violin? Culprit probably still has it. Please keep it a secret. Let's tell her about the swap violin. Said she never noticed her violin had been swapped, but I think the one I used for my performance was the real one. I could tell from the tone. Ah. Yeah, Cricketune says so too. So she was using the real one pre-performance, lost it in the middle of it. Let's ask about the swap violin. Oh, something fell off to you. Materials seem softer than normal. Must have been difficult for the culprit to get the exact same materials to use. Soft boards. Ah, so you see? Slowly but surely, we're getting this together, ladies and gents. Slowly but surely.
A bolt? Of no brilliance.
Dude, a bolt of no brilliance? And what are you doing, Pikachu? What do you want from me, my friend?
Hey.
Testimonies we got from the two of them are shedding light on the crime. Really? So organize what we know. To get started, let's figure out exactly when the violin was swapped. Open up your case notes. Let's open them up. When was the violin switched out?
Now, let's try and figure out when the violin could have been swapped out. First, when do we know for sure that the violin was already, a fake?
So we know the violin was already a fake when Pikachu was carrying it, when the accident happened.
True. By the time I had delivered the violin, it had already been swapped out with the fake one. Now we know when the violin was swapped out with the fake one. But we still need to figure out when was the last time the real violin was seen.
I'd have to say it was during the performance because she said it sounded right.
Now why do you think that?
The tone of the real thing.
So, Karina was using the real violin during her performance. She and Cricketune both confirmed it to be true. And that means the culprit swapped out the violin after Karina finished her performance, but before I moved it.
It was switched out backstage. Now we know when the violin was swapped. Yeah, the culprit aimed for the exact moment Karina would not be around for her violin. Judging from that and the tampering with the cue sheet, the culprit must have been very familiar with the show. So the culprit is someone who works here. That's what we need to find out now. Oh. What alibis do those involved have?
Now we know almost the exact moment when the violin was swapped. The culprit has to be someone involved with the show. Let's find out about the alibis of everyone involved between the time Karina finished playing and I brought out the violin.
So now we gotta go get a little more info from these guys. So let's see what everybody was up to. We already talked to them here. So, you know, Karina's cool. She was just chilling backstage. She knows what's going on. But we'll ask her about the alibi. I'll gather on all the info I can from everybody.
Tim, be sure you remember what people told us.
Yo, Pikachu's telling me to remember things. So let's make sure we remember these things, ladies and gents. Says he doesn't want to point fingers, but it may have been Olga who stole her violin. Why? Olga had asked me a few times before if she was willing to part with it. Of course, she said no. Of course, your grandfather made it. That's right, but it seemed like Olga was ready to give up, so maybe planned something else. Ah, so there we have it. There are a couple of people here that have been offering her some strange offers. So let's keep on going. Let's talk to Max now. Max, we need your alibi, my friend. What have you been doing? Playing detective? Are you kidding me? All right, Max, you left the studio once. Said, yeah, I'd figured over the script one more time in my dressing room while I waited. Anyone come by during that time? Said, yes, a staff member came by to call me. I was in the middle of something, so I couldn't open the door, but I said I'd be right out. Oh, so he didn't actually see this person.
So, let's gather information.
So far, so good with Max here. Maybe the chat, can we ask it a little bit something? We're going to ask about the alibi. What do you know about it? You came back to the restroom together. I seem to recall you saying that's what you were going to do. Yeah, what's that? You were excited because Max said he'd given you a snack earlier today. We weren't asking about the snack. Someone came to call you. They knocked on the door and said something, apparently. That must have been Amelia. Amelia, person or Pokemon? Why do you ask that? Apparently, Pokemon stopped by too in addition to the person. Ooh, what Pokemon? Doesn't know who, but apparently someone rammed into the door. Chat, it says it was so surprised it accidentally yelled out. Yeah, but that would be surprising. What did Pokemon do then? Ran off making some cry, according to Chat. Ran off making some cry. That sounds like Mimikyu to me. Alright, next up on the list. Let's see who we can talk to inside of here. Alright, friends. Lots of people here. Excuse us. Said what's wrong? Well, about the accident just happened. Seems like was delivery caused by someone. But then who's the culprit? We're investigating that now. That's why we'd like to know where everyone was during the rehearsal. We were here the whole time. Yeah, we were keeping an eye on the studio from here. I think it would be difficult for people here in the sub-control room to swap out the violin.
So, let's gather information.
So the guys in the control room are good to go too. Who doesn't know a whole lot. So let's keep on moving and talk to the rest of the people. Let's go up here and go backstage. See if there's anyone back there. I'll hit up every single room to ensure we talk to everyone. Alright, my dudes. Yo, what's up, dude? Were you in the accident or what? Oh, okay. Let's ask him. He said, I was in the studio during rehearsal. Can't leave the Yanma all by themselves after all. Solid. Solid. We're investigating an accident? Yeah. Let's ask him his alibi. He said, after Karina's recital, I was checking the footage in the studio together with Hiro. Pretty solid alibis here, ladies and gents. He said, was there anyone besides Karina and Amelia who left the studio during that time? Can't tell people apart very well, but it says there were only 2 people who came and went. 2 people. Let's ask this Yanma. Was there anyone who left the studio or Karina were done performing? Nobody, huh? Well, you can see the whole studio, so I guess he must be right. Talk to these guys. Alright, Hiro, where were you at? He was in the studio ever since Karina finished her performance. He was making sure the plan for the show was good. Alright, Hiro.
Now that I think about it, this person couldn't be the culprit.
Couldn't be Hiro. Let's talk to our old friend here. Yeah, we're looking for the accident. Let's ask about when she visited Max. Went to get Max after I called Olga. I knocked on his door and told him we were ready, and he said, gotcha, I'll be right out through the door. You mean after Karina played, I was checking the dressing rooms calling Max and Olga. But you came back to the studio alone, didn't you? Weren't you able to find them? No, not exactly. They both seemed like they were busy, so I just told them what I needed through the door. I see, and did you meet anyone else? Well, I remember I ran into Keith near the studio. Oh.
So, let's gather information.
She just said she bumped into Keith out there. Ladies and gents, we might be pulling this together. Alright, I think I talked to just about everybody here. We're going to talk to this one, get the last little bit. And then it looks like Pikachu has something to say. I don't think Hiro and the staff in the studio could have stolen the violin. In that case, we should tell Hiro what really happened. If the culprit has to show someone, maybe he'll know something. Good thinking. Don't forget to tell him to keep it a secret. Yeah, let's give Hiro the heads up so he knows what's going on with his show. Not you, Yanma. You guys are always around here, dude. Not you either, dude. Come on. Oh, wait. Let's ask him about Keith's alibi. Yeah. What's up, Keith? I didn't see you there. Where were you during the rehearsal, Keith? I don't think I saw you until the night before the accident happened. He went down to a lower floor to call the assistant Pokemon as soon as we found PurpleRodri. What happened with that? Well, it didn't show up. Even the scheduled time came, so I called the office to check. Turns out I mixed up the dates and I scheduled it for the wrong time. So I ran back to the studio to let Hiro know. So that's what all the ruckus was about. Did you run into anybody on your way back to the studio? Yeah, as I recall, I ran into Amelia. She just finished calling Max and Olga.
Tim, be sure you remember what people told us.
Let's ask about the assistant Pokemon, it looks like. The schedule. Are you the one in charge of scheduling, managing? That's right. I'm really sorry that my mistake put you both in dangerous spot. Yeah, next time pay closer attention. Keith was in charge of that. Keith is giving me a red flag right now. We're going to go ahead and talk to Olga and the PurpleRodri now. I think that is the last one we need to talk to. So let's go ahead and find which one of these she's in. She's got to be in one of these dressing rooms out here. Oh, look! Hey, why are they glaring at each other? Let's see what they're saying. It's time to decide whose special talents are truly better. Saying being able to smell the difference of foods with your tongue's more amazing. Saying making laundry super clean with ultrasonic waves is way cooler. That's like comparing lepa berries to orange berries. Still, we can't just leave them like this. What do you think we should do? Let's, acknowledge each other's talents. To me, both of your talents are really impressive. Maybe you could agree that you both have amazing talents and just make up? Anyway, you two need to make up, okay? We can come by to check on them later. Maybe something will have changed. That's true. Maybe something will. This isn't where we need to be. Now this is where we need to be. Alright. Olga, you're the last one. Let's ask about Olga's alibi. Yeah, what are you guys doing after we finished the rehearsal? Came back to the restroom for a nap. Olga gave you a good brushing, so your first all perfect, you know? Can't really tell.
What do you want?
We want to ask you about your alibi. Jeez, calm down. Where were you? I stayed in my dressing room. I was giving PurpleRodri a nice brushing. One of the staff members came to call on me. I answered, although I didn't open the door. Someone comes all the way to get to you. The least you can do is open the door for them. Although, come to think of it, something odd happened after that. Whoa, what happened?
Yes, so the culprit is... Wait, what's that? All of our suspects have alibis?
They all have alibis? Alright, we're gonna ask about the strange occurrence. Someone came and beat on the door. I looked out through the fog glass window, but didn't see anyone out there. I wonder what was that all about. So apparently you discussed acquiring Karina's violin a few times. So what if I did? Don't tell me you suspect I had anything to do with this whole thing. I wouldn't go and break such an instrument, even if she did refuse. I'm the one who's worthy of that violin. It was destined to become mine. Whoa, quick, Tim, change the subject. Well, this is a conundrum. I didn't expect everyone involved to alibis. This can only mean one thing. The culprit? What did the culprit do? He created a fake alibi. That's right, the culprit must have used some sort of trick to create a fake alibi. That being said, I don't think anyone working in the studio or sub-control room had the time to do anything elaborate like that. I agree. Our suspects are the people who were moving around on their own. That's 4 people. Max, Olga, Keith, and Amelia. You don't think Amelia is? I know how you feel, but a detective has to keep an objective view of everything. Still, we could use some more information. Now that I think about it, Mimikyu had snuck out of the Pokemon dressing room and was wandering around, right? Maybe we talk to it. It'll help shed some light on the situation. Oh, Mimikyu's been in the hallway the whole time, watching everything unfold. Mimikyu! 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 Where you at? Not in this hallway. Yo, where the heck did the Mimikyu go? Is he on the other hallway just walking back and forth? Did I totally blank and miss it? Did I just not see it hanging around here? Poor little Mimikyu literally doesn't get seen by anyone. Yo, it's nowhere to be found. I gotta find it. Oh, there's the Mimikyu. You were wandering around the dressing room during rehearsal, right? Do you think you'd tell us more about that time? About when he visited Olga. So he was in the dressing room for PurpleRodri's partner, right? Someone kicked the door when you knocked. I'm betting that was PurpleRodri. PurpleRodri's too narrow-minded. I'm pretty sure I was in a bad mood because you were pounding on the door. You should go make up later. Okay. PurpleRodri's partner got mad at you. You mean Olga was in Max's dressing room? You got yelled at when you knocked on the door. You said you heard, "Get out of my way." Is that really Olga? I mean, Olga said she was in her own dressing room. Max didn't say anything about her being in his room either. Hey, Mimikyu, did you go into the dressing room at all? Ran away as fast as you could. Well, I guess we have no way of knowing what's really going on then. It would have nothing to do with you as always. Man, it looks like it took the rejection hard. Don't be so depressed. I bet you'll get another chance soon. He's right. If you're that motivated, I bet everyone will realize you got talent someday. Don't worry too much.
So there's a fake alibi, and there's Mimikyu's knock to consider too.
What are you thinking, Pikachu?
Yes, of course. It all makes sense now. A bolt of brilliance! Tim, the culprit is...
The culprit used a trick to make us believe he was somewhere else when he was actually backstage. A trick. That's right. Amelia provided an alibi for the culprit so she can help us figure it out. Come on, Tim. Oh! There's something I'd like to show you. What do you need? You mentioned that you knocked on doors for Olga and Max's dressing room when you visited them. Do you think it's showing me exactly how? Well, sure, but it's not like I did anything special. I just knocked 3 times. Any staff member at GNN would do the same thing. So that's the trick the culprit used. Tim, now's the time to gather everyone in the studio. Yeah.
I figured out the truth behind the accident.
What are you saying? That one of us here is the culprit?
Yeah, just what do you mean the truth? We're all friends here. Can't say I appreciate the insinuation.
Come on now. Let's allow Tim to speak his mind.
Thank you, Hero. Here it is. I'm not one to mince words. The culprit is...
Go on. You know who it is, don't you?
The culprit is Max.
Max, it's you. You're the one.
What? Oh, come on. Is this some kind of prank? What on earth would I have to gain from busting up someone's violin?
Nothing. If the violin really was broken. But it isn't broken. That one was a fake, wasn't it?
A fake violin? Oh, what an imagination. How could you come up with a theory like that?
You tell him, Tim.
What is the proof that the violin was fake? The message on the inside.
We checked the pieces of the violin, but there wasn't a message on them anywhere. Karina told us that her violin had a message written on it from her grandfather, which means the broken one couldn't be hers.
A written message? I never noticed such a thing on it.
Right. That's because it's written on the inside. It's something only Karina could know, since she watched the violin being made.
Right. As a child, I played at my grandfather's workshop. He inscribed a special message for me, and it was written on the inside.
You see? And now that proves the broken violin must have been a fake.
But where's the real one?
I think Max probably knows.
But no, I haven't done anything. Listen, the whole time the violin was backstage, I was in my dressing room. How could I be in two places at once?
Oh boy, this is where you take down his alibi.
Which testimony disproves his alibi? Chat it in the dressing room.
Actually, my guess is it was chat out in the dressing room. You probably used a trick like this.
Gotcha! I'll be right out!
Oh, yes, that's exactly what I heard.
Admit it! Admit it!
Chathot, be quiet!
You just made it seem like you were still in that room. And then you swapped the real violin that was backstage with the fake.
Oh,
You have to admit it! You have to admit it!
I had no choice. My popularity's been sagging. I wasn't sure the show would get picked up again. And if it didn't, I knew I'd be let go. I couldn't pay back my debts. I'd be finished.
Oh, Max. You were wrong. I was going to have you continue as our host.
What? But everything I did.
I'm really sorry, Max. But I'm afraid I'm going to have to call the police.
What a fool he was. In the end, he was the one who didn't believe in his own talent.
Hey, you guys! I found the videos. What's wrong? Why is everyone hanging out here?
So Max was the culprit all along.
The culprit is Max. And that's the case closed. Now let's get back on track. We gotta check the video.
Mako's finally back with the video. Let's go to the sub-control room and watch it. Maybe he'll show us some clues.
Well, let's check the video then, guys.
Okay, let's check this out.
Let's play the whole thing through.
Charizard's in
Remember,
front. We've got a
keep
good
your
shot
eyes
of
on
it.
Charizard.
Yeah.
The daytime parade is now starting. Everyone is excited to see the popular Pokemon of the park marching by. Who better to lead than Charizard? We've been told the theme of this year's
Hey,
parade is
look at that
dreams.
balloon.
Oh.
Charizard's eyes turn red.
Yeah. R was used after all.
Why is this happening?
This is terrible.
I don't know, but it's a great scoop. But it's too dangerous. We need to get out of here. You're right. We have no choice.
That's the whole video.
Exactly how we heard it from the Pokemon at Fine Park.
Yeah,
Did you find out anything?
maybe. There was something I noticed.
Right, the scene with the balloon. Right there.
Better to lead than Charizard. We've been told the theme of this year's
The balloon
parade.
popped.
Maybe it had R inside. Tim, zoom in on the balloon, and then play it backwards in slow motion.
Okay.
It looks like a needle or something flew at the balloon.
You're right.
But where did it come from? Rewind it a little more. Stop there.
Hey, that's Skorupi. And that man.
Right. The Pokemon at Fine Park told us a man with a Skorupi was after Harry.
You know, that looks almost like it could be Keith.
What? Keith was there? Working with you?
No, not with us. I don't think he was even working at GNN back then.
Mako's right. He only joined us about 6 months ago.
So it was Keith who caused the incident? He's the one who went after my dad?
Looks like it. And he was hiding in plain sight. Let's go capture Keith.
Who'd have thought Keith was the culprit? I knew there was something sketchy about him. I knew it. Yeah, he fooled us all. It's even possible he knew about Max's plan to use it to try and take you out. Me? Think back to when the violin got busted. Why did we end up helping him out in the first place? Well, because Keith had a mistake about scheduling assistant Pokemon. Ah, that's right. And there was another suspicious point about his behavior. Do you know what that was? He let that Magnemite out. Magnemite ran off because Purple took over his spot, remember? Keith wasn't involved in that. He showed us where to stand. I'm glad you remember. Keith told you where to stand when I was going to bring out the violin. He must have known that was where the camera would fall. You think Keith and Max were working together? It's not impossible. We can't rule it out anyway. Why would Keith? No, now isn't the time to ask questions. We need to catch Keith first. Let's go, Pikachu. Yeah. All right, ladies and gents, we're going after Keith. Let's go find that guy. If I remember correctly, he is going to be in the studio. He's running for it. There he is, Keith. Don't let him get away. We got to go after him, Tim. Right. The dude is running for his life. Oh, we got to catch up to him. If he's doing all this thing behind our backs, he's been messing with Harry. He's been doing the R-Solution stuff. We're going to gather some information. Blast, where'd he go? Pikachu, look. The roof. Let's go.
Stop, Keith! You can't get away!
We'll just have to see about that now, won't we? Skorupi, keep them busy.
Skorupi, super skillful sniper.
Tim, watch out for its poison sting!
Capture Keith. We got this. Matrix.
You missed. Oh well, help is on its way.
Noivern, marvelous ultrasonic waves.
Perfect timing, Noivern. Now, could you blast them away?
Get down low, Tim!
I got you this time, Pikachu.
Oh, what was that?
Tim, are you alright?
Reinforcements. Noivern, time to go. Farewell, detective. I hope you'll go easier on me next time.
Blast! You got away.
All that work for nothing.
Nope. It wasn't for nothing, Tim. Look at this.
Huh? The locket?
That's right. Not just any old locket. It has a little secret.
What do you mean?
Well, unless I'm mistaken, this locket should contain a clue left by Harry. He got away this time. Too bad. You never know. There could be a clue hidden in this locket.
Keith got away. We got some clues. Chapter 7, Rhyme Wharf.
That same dream again.
Pikachu, what's up? It's way too early.
Tell me about it. I'm so sorry to wake you, but I think I'm forgetting something. I promise.
Just like that, ladies and gents, we figured things out over at GNN. So next time, we'll be continuing from here in Harry's apartment. Make sure you guys leave some tips and comments on what's coming up. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, click the subscribe button and join the Purple Banditos today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next episode of Detective Pikachu. Goodbye.
Hey, Tim!
Are you ready, Tim? Let's head over to Baker's place. They should be done with their analysis of the locket. Yeah, the locket we gave them yesterday. Wonder what kind of secrets it held. Who knows? Let's hope it has some clue for us. Let's get going.